All right, Mike. Welcome to the show, PokerSesh.
Thank you.
And I'm going to light up a cigar here. So, do you mind listening to me make puffing sounds for about 15 seconds?
No, it would actually make my afternoon a little bit better.
Okay, here it goes.
Are you rocking the Fuente?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice, very nice.
I got a Fuente from Harry and Richard. Harry and Richard gave me this Fuente last time they were in the casino. Harry won $8,000.
Oh, very nice.
Harry won $8,000, so he was in a very giving mood.
Sounds like he's been crushing good. Was that you mean the session last week or so when he was making things happen with the aces and stuff? Oh yeah, I watched that session. It was definitely some good spots, but he was running pretty hot too. He had aces I think 3 times I believe, and people were clicking buttons with pocket nines. So yeah, lots of gifts being handed Harry's way.
Well, you know, Harry gets people to play bad against him.
Yes, I do get it. Yes, absolutely.
I don't want to blow it. I don't want to blow his strat up, but I think if you watch enough Harry shows, his strat's fairly obvious.
Yeah, it's I can actually relate to it myself a little bit too. I call it, Zach and I kind of coined the term for it. We call it the smoke and mirrors. So you do a little flash early on and a little smoke, and people start thinking you're just going batshit with napkins when in fact you might be a lot more value heavy than your opponents might expect.
Absolutely. So for the people on the Twitch here and at Live at the Bike that don't know you, we'll do a little background. You're a grinder from Los Angeles, but you're sort of an epic character because your win rate in the 5-5 games is so high. How long have you been playing 5-5 basically? You basically only play at the Hustler, right?
At the moment, yes. But, okay, so just a little background. I've been playing poker for about 10 years. Several of those years were at 5-5 at Hustler. But I have also played quite a bit bigger for large, periods of time. Depending on the situation, I've played, when Hustler had like 5-10, 10-20 running, I was playing those a lot also. I've also done a fair amount of playing in home games and stuff in LA and stuff at like a lot of 10-25, some 25-50, and sometimes even bigger. And I also played quite a bit of PLO out in the desert and stuff at Agua the past few years until this past year. And since then, I've been playing mostly at Hustler, just a 5-5, which is like a 200 big blind max buy-in. And so it's almost like a small 5-10 at times. And then I also play the 5-10 uncapped when it runs, but they do a pretty good job of scheduling it when I'm not there, so it kind of sucks. But I just, I've been having fun. So making things happen. But I've been playing about 10 years.
Yeah, we're going to get to you and Algo Caliente in a second. Sure. But let's start out by talking about the most... I know that you've played lots of stakes and lots of different games, but the most interesting thing about you in basically the Los Angeles area... there's lots of interesting things about you we'll get to in your regular life. Right. But one of the most interesting things is you're basically known far and wide by everybody as the biggest winner in the history of 5-5 no limit. Is that... Yes, it's probably true, yes. And your hourly rate in 5-5 no limit is over 100, that's correct? It's
between... Okay, so after I started playing 5-5 regularly, keep in mind, this is like after I played bigger stakes, so I have like the necessary skill to beat quite a bigger stakes. But after I started playing at Hustler in the past year and a half, I started tracking... And I just recently hit almost 1,000 hours sample size, which is, for live play, statistically significant enough to kind of use it as a long-term kind of benchmark of where you're at in the game. And I ran kind of bad in a portion of that, and I'm between 120 to 130 hourly at the moment.
So let's just call it 120. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
At $120 an hour, that's what, 10, 20, 24 big blinds an hour? Is that right?
What's that? Yes, 24 big blinds an hour, yes.
So at 24 big blinds an hour, that would be 72 big blinds per 100, basically.
Yes.
So you're... over 1,000-hour current sample, and you had a much larger sample before. So you've probably been playing the game for at least 2,000 or 3,000 hours.
Yeah.
Was your win rate before at this 120 clip?
I don't know because I didn't keep, accurate tabs on terms of my hourly and stuff, But it was always really high. I mean, at one point, Zach had made a prop bet against me that I couldn't beat it for $75 an hour.
You're talking about Zach Freeman, Run It Once Pro Zach Freeman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine. But, I mean, we had only bet on a 50-hour sample size, which is quite small. But the theory behind it is that if my actual hourly, if we bet at even odds and my actual hourly would be below that number, then he'd be a favorite to win the bet because even though it's a small sample, you'd be more likely to catch me on below that number than above it if it's like a random distribution of sample points. And so we bet only $500 because we're buddies, so it wasn't like a huge bet, but right. I let him buy out for $495 on a $500 bet just because I'm that nice of a guy.
So I mean, for people, because like some of the audience plays online and they do things by big blinds per 100. At a 72 big blind per 100 clip, that is like, it just seems to the average person so insane because they don't live in Los Angeles and they don't know how much money floods into these games. Yeah. So in the last 6 months, basically, you've won like $120,000. That's basically what you're saying. You probably shouldn't say that. I don't know what your tax.
It's fine. Well, that is counting 5-5. I also play like 5-10 and stuff on tap when it runs, and I've had some pretty monster sessions there too. But I just, it just depends. A lot of people actually ask me why I play 5-5, and to be honest, it's actually just a lot more fun than playing like higher stakes. Right. And don't get me wrong, like it's like, you could possibly win. Like I have no doubt I could go play like 5-10 Commerce and probably be like, I think one of the best, if not the best, 5-10 reg at Commerce if I went there. I'm sure I'd be among the biggest winners at Commerce 1020, and like I played there a fair amount. But just the games just aren't nearly as fun. You have like even the recreational players are like a lot more competent than the ones at 5-5, and I love being able to play. I mean, live poker is so slow, and so when I play against better players, I just have to adjust to play a bit tighter. I can't play as loose as I play at 5-5 because you have too many equity edges with your starting hands, and you're gonna lose money with the reverse implied odds and other things. But at 5-5, the players literally just play a lot worse, and I can probably adjust my percentage of hands played by probably about like 15% more hands I can probably play like profitably, and it's just a lot more fun being able to play like that many more hands. And my variance is also super low. I probably win I'd say probably 80 to 85% of my sessions I probably win.